Is Reese, and today I'll be reviewing the Magna AR app. Magna AR is an app that allows users to visualize magnetic fields in real space. It's available on both iOS and Android devices. It uses the magnetometer on your phone to calculate the magnetic field of various objects near your phone. It's useful for students and teachers in STEM to demonstrate how magnetic fields work in real life or in a three-dimensional view. So let's open up the app. So you can see right here. Um, there's a setting where you can change it from showing arrows to showing spheres, and you can also change the visual offset in the X and Y coordinates. And then it is basically just like information on the on how the magnometer works. And here's the website where you can um see how to use it. And yeah, that's about it. It's pretty straightforward. And for the spheres, it's the same one. So for arrows, you can see if you press right here, it shows like an arrow. So arrow. If I reset it and I change it to spheres, then now it has spheres. But I'm pretty sure the arrows are much better because they actually show the direction that it's pointing in. And yeah, so let's change it back, reset it. Okay, so I'm gonna be demonstrating using um these magnets. And we should have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, around 18 magnets. And basically, I want to see, you can see the number right here, this number here, and it's basically calculating the magnometer is calculating the magnetic field. And so the farther I hold it, the less the number is going to be. And when I get it closer to the magnometer, it gets higher, significantly higher. And I think it reaches around like 5,000, or that's how much I've gotten with it. And basically, you just want to see where it calculates it the most. So let's see here. Great. Somewhere around the top of the phone. So it's kind of like right next to the camera. And yeah. So now I'm gonna try putting on oh, also there's one more feature of this app, and it's the compass app, which is kind of just, it just shows you the, never mind. All right, so I'm gonna do a demonstration now, and what I'm basically gonna do is just tap around super close to like the magnetic object structure thing, and just see where the arrows point, and then we can see the south and the north pole of the magnets. So let's just tap it around. All right, so now we just get this like structure, and you can kind of see the arrows are like pointing in a bunch of different directions. You see we have some at the top right here that are pointing this way, they're pointing this way, and the ones near the bottom, they're pointing more towards the magnet. And right here we have some that are pointing this way, and this way. And yeah, generally we can see that it's kind of working, but I guess it kind of works more when you're a little farther away, because like the phone can actually calculate where it is. So let me reset it and try to do it at a good distance. All right, so now you can see here, it's still kind of pointing towards this direction, and here towards the middle, there's probably a point right here where the magnetic field is 0. And yeah, so we have some going this way. And yeah, so I'm pretty sure this side is the south and this is the north side of the magnet. Yeah, and also there's sometimes the phone it can get uncalibrated. So let me remove the magnet. And depending on where you are in the world, this number up here changes, but it should generally be anywhere from 45 to 55 or from 40 to 55. And so to reset it, you kind of just want to move the phone in a figure 8 motion. So you kind of want to go like this with your phone, like this, wait, like this, until it recalibrates and it gets back to the original length. I mean to the original number up here. So mine is pretty much calibrated, but it could still be a little more calibrated. So let me just calibrate it a little more, and I'll be right back. So like this. All right, so now we can see that it's back to around 44. Um, and when I put the magnet closer now, it reads a little much higher, a little higher. So now you can see there it's spiked up to 56,000. I mean, 5,600, 5,600. And yeah, that's basically it. Now let's discuss how well Magna AR performed in the experiment and how it's performed while I use it overall. So in terms of accuracy, the readings are pretty consistent. But depending on the phone, there may be some limitations due to newer phones maybe having a much better magnometer, and and yeah, that's one of the major limitations. And also sometimes since you have to kind of recalibrate it every now and then because it gets uncalibrated, that's a pretty big limitation. But it's not too hard to like reset it and stuff, so it's pretty. Well, it's a useful tool for visualizing fields, but it's not as precise as like say some lab equipment or other stuff. But I feel like for a phone app, it's pretty useful just to show a 3D version of what magnetic fields look like. And yeah, it's pretty user friendly. It's pretty easy to use. They have tutorials. There's a couple videos online that teach you how to use it. And yeah, you can really use it any way you want, and I would say it's pretty useful. All right, so now let's wrap it up with some pros and cons. So it's some pros are that it's easy to use, um, and I mean it's a free app, so that's always good, and it kind of shows you like the real life view of magnetic fields and like how they how they um how they move in real life. And I feel like the arrows that are pointing different directions are really useful because they kind of show like where the magnetic field is pointing, and like you can kind of analyze where the south and north pole of a magnet are. And some cons are that it has a pretty limited precision and accuracy, um primarily because it's on a phone and not an actual like lab tool. And also it depends on your phone sensor quality. So that kind of that yeah, let's say you had a much older phone from let's say like 2010, it'll be like much weaker than one of the newer phones like the iPhone 15 or even an Android. And yeah, the sometimes when you try to calibrate it, it can be kind of tricky. Um, Also depending on your phone and where you are as well. But overall, I'd rate Magna AR I'd say a 4.5 out of 5. Oh wait, actually no, a 3.8 out of 5. Yeah, because it's pretty useful and it's nice, but I feel like it still lacks a couple stuff. But for the features that it has, I think they work really well. So yeah.